how do you juggle doing the stuff with Site and then also at Rabine, right? Because we share a similarity. I'm running Langton Group. I'm running AOS. So I just kind of want to hear how a guy like you is doing it, because you're younger than me. So.
Yeah, not very well. I'm not a great juggler. No. I'm still, I'm still figuring stuff out. I've got, our team at Site is incredible. They, operationally, I don't have to worry about anything. I've got a really good COO there. The team there is great. And so when we get requests in from clients, it's going to get done. There's a process. They're very diligent about it. So that's been really, really good to be able to have during this transition. We are looking for a CEO to come in and actually run Site for us. I think that we have a lot of opportunity in sales on the technology side and kind of scaling the business and understanding how best to do that. I kind of stepped back from Site a little bit and took over this role at Rabine in January of this year. And, it was something that I was like a little bummed about not being as involved with Site, but also excited for this new opportunity. And then I think that the other positive thing that comes out of it is that now we can look to find a CEO to run Site that has a lot of skills that I don't have, right? Like the venture capital stuff, if we ever want to raise money. I haven't done that before. I've been learning, but if we can find somebody who's done it, that'd be a huge help. I know that's a ton of time, it takes a lot of time to be able to do that. Somebody that can scale a business, preferably that's been in technology before, so that we can kind of take our current model, which is 90% operations and 10% sales and tech, and flip that, right? Like it should be 90% sales and tech team, 10% operations, because the technology is doing a lot of the work for you. But other than that, transitioning into the Rabine role has been it's been a lot of fun. Definitely challenges, especially with the current environment with COVID and a lot of the things that are going on in the world. But still learning, still trying to figure out what the best way to juggle it all is. I think that's always my biggest issue with kind of these new taking on these new responsibilities, or the next kind of step in my career, is that that transition period is difficult for me, because I'm somebody that likes to be productive and efficient with my time. And I feel like during those times, I'm kind of trying to figure out where what I need to be looking at, who I need to be talking to, spending my time with, to be most efficient. And during that transition time, I don't feel like I have a good handle on that. So still figuring that out, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we all struggle with that. I mean, I sometimes, like even in this podcast, I look at the time and I'm like, holy cow, what tangent did I go on? Yeah. Should I have spent more time here or there? But to be honest with you, for me, it's the tangents that kind of make us who we are, right? Like in a day, the only negative to it is in my opinion, it makes my work day longer. But on the flip side, the things that come out of my mouth that make someone say something else, it's really what builds the company, right? Because if no one's talking or communicating, nothing is growing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and that's more fun. The tangents are fun.
Yeah, they are.
Well, you're excited.
Yeah, I mean, there was a post on LinkedIn. I wish I wrote it down, but it went something like, a good salesman doesn't sell an item; they sell their passion.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, when I look at our success with the technology we're using, there's only a couple of formulas that are making a difference. I always think I'm one of the most passionate people you'll ever meet. Okay. First time we talked for an hour, maybe you'll agree, disagree, I don't know. But secondly is, especially with technology, people love technology, but they want people to help them unwrap the tech. Okay. So what a guy like you or people like us are doing is we're taking something that already exists. You're taking drones and they exist, and you're taking a guy that used to work for NASA that made something to see if there's water on another planet. And now you're saying, how do I take that same technology and put it to use for our customer base? Which is nothing different than we're doing. Okay, we're taking something that Husqvarna wanted to make for homeowners to put on in their yard. It's been out since 1995 with no traction. And I said, wait a minute, I can tell you why it doesn't work in the United States. Nobody wants to fire their landscaper because the robot is the same cost as the landscaper. So how do we overcome the issue? You overcome the issue by making the landscapers buy the robots. That's 50% of how lawns are mowed in the United States is by somebody else. So Husqvarna, this big global company, couldn't figure out our North American market. It took a guy living in North America to figure it out, but there were many tangents with her and I talking. In many ways, this unfolded to get us where we're at. And we won't be in the same place in 2 years. In 2 years, we will have grown and evolved to something that we might look back on and say, wow, that we were like in grade school when we did this podcast on 7/14 of 2020, and it'll be the same thing for you guys,
Yeah. I mean, we look back at Insight specifically, we've got some of the reports that we first started off with that we're sending to clients and screenshots of the original technology that we were delivering. And it's funny because, that was about 2 years ago. And at that time we were like, this is awesome. The clients are loving it. We loved it. And now we look at it and we're like, man, what were we thinking? Like that I can't believe that people actually got value out of that. And we're just light years ahead of it. It's so cool.
I mean, I look at our first robotic install we did, we stapled all of the wire. Like literally, I didn't have a cable layer. I myself and my stepson took us 5 hours with two of us, so 10-hour install. And I'm thinking, holy shit, how am I going to scale this? The amount of hours I just had in the install in a 28-week mowing season, I'm a third of the way through the labor. Like, what am I going to do here, And then you figure out, okay, how do I lay wire faster? How do we zone things out? Julia and I developed this app. It took us, how many months into the app are we right now?
Well, we developed it, I feel like, pretty quickly just to actually get it done. But it took us a few months, 4 to 5 months.
Easily half a year, right? But now, very short, now actually not very shortly, it's live. You could go on Play Store and type in AOS/Langton, and there's an app that we use. You can measure total CRM, makes work orders, it schedules everything. Because that's what it came down to. Like, how do we streamline in order to scale this, right? Because I cannot scale it with a pad of paper.
Well, and even completely different sides, sales and a technician, like login, so that you get it from both sides.
Yeah. So But anyways,
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, what time do we start? 1:15. We're easily over an hour here. I think that. I think that. You got any questions for him, Jules? Anything as far as the young entrepreneurs? Any questions you have?
Now I'm on the spot.
This is what I do. I like to put my daughter on the spot.
I don't enjoy being on the spot.
This is how I push her to be great,
I don't know. I don't know. How is it for you working with your dad all the time? For me, I enjoy it a lot, but I feel like I don't know if other people would enjoy it. Like, I don't know. It's awesome.
That's a great question. Because she said she enjoys it, Austin.
We might need to edit this part out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I love it. I mean, there's definitely times that we'll get into it, and I might not love it for at that point or the next day, but it's a lot of fun working with them because it's I think one of the things, and I always forget the exact quote. It was from Jeff Bezos, and it was essentially about work-life balance, and it was he was basically saying like work-life balance is garbage. It's not it's not these separate compartments. It's a circle, and it's your life, and you want to enjoy your work, you want to enjoy your personal life, but it kind of all melds together, right? And I've always thought that even before hearing that quote, and that's what I've liked. I've always liked working from the office, and then, I'll take a call when I'm on vacation or work when I'm on vacation. I'm always, working. I think that working with my dad and family is part of that as well. It's at the dinner table and we're having a fun conversation about what's going on in the business. Maybe not always fun, but usually fun, and talking about, where the business should be going and what's going well and things that we can improve on. So that's definitely a different dynamic that is challenging, but I wouldn't change it. It's a blast. I love working with him. So, and he's, as of the last few months, I think he's really kind of, seems like he's trusted me a lot more than he has in the past to kind of make a lot of the decisions for the business. And it's more of, things I'll run by him. He's like, yeah, that's what you and the team think is best, then do it. And, let me know how it goes. So it's been a lot of fun, and, it's been most of my life, working with him. So it's been, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. I mean, my thing that I would say, and I've never actually said this to her, I don't think, before, but I'll say it to you so you can understand, because you and your dad and I, we seem to have similar minds, is, for me, when I work with my daughter, I see a young me in her. Okay. So the difference is I didn't own my own business at 19. I had to work a day job to build my business. Mm-hmm. So when I see, and maybe this happens with you and your dad without you even realizing it, is when I see her making like the former me mistakes, I, of course, have to bite my tongue, because there's a part of me that just wants to say, nope, made that mistake before. You don't want to do it that way. But then I also know that she doesn't. I only turned out to be who I am because I made the mistake. And the mistakes teach you more than someone telling you not to make it. So yeah. I think that is the one thing, as a father that works with his daughter and stepsons, I would say to any son working with his father, is just to maybe understand that sometimes it's as difficult for us as it is for you guys, just from a different side.
But now I'm sitting here wondering what mistakes I made.
No. It's in managing, like, if somebody's like giving you lip. Right. So it's like, it's like anything about it. Like the other night when we have a conversation, somebody's giving her lip and or not doing what she wants to do. I kind of get on her. She gets upset. My knee-jerk reaction as a dad is to call and fire the 3 people that pissed off my daughter, okay? Yeah. But then her knee-jerk reaction is, well, then Monday morning we're going to have a meeting. But then I'm like, hold on, we're really busy right now. I'm not going to Monday morning bring the whole company's morale down for the rest week. We'll do it on a Friday afternoon. Yeah. See, these are the differences, We'll let it marinate with them for a weekend instead of doing it on Monday. See that.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So.
No, it's great though. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, okay. Well, it's been awesome to get to know you and learn more about your business than I knew when this started. Hopefully you tune in. There's going to be a lot of people I'm going to interview on this that I think you're going to really appreciate. Our goal at the podcast, and I'm saying this because it's good for everybody to know what we're doing, is to bring people like you and your dad, who are people using this technology and bringing it to use, and then also to bring engineers of the technology also on the podcast. Cool. And, basically try to inspire thoughts in both directions. An engineer comes on about something they developed, and then just like I figured out new ways to use your stuff. Everybody, we've turned into like one big think tank that tunes into automating success. And we all grow on the podcast.
Love it. That's great. Yeah, and I'm in Woodstock a couple days a week, so I'll definitely shoot you a text.
Yeah, shoot me a text. I need you to see the Swazi. You got to see the Swazi. Yeah. They have the left-hand robotic machine, so I got to show you those machines. I really think they could work out in your organization. So, all righty.
Cool. Thanks again. Good talking to you guys.
Thanks for all the time.
Nice talking to you.
Bye.
Bye.